Okay, there she is. She's back. Cheers, welcome back. Okay, you ready? It's time. I was a little late, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go. So right in the middle of the mat, feet on the edges of the mat, and you're just gonna sway the hips from side to side. Gently. Don't force, don't try to go far, or just kind of chill out. Now, I want you to try to pull the elbows back so you feel a big activation across your upper back. And now send the hips backwards as you lean forward and just go side to side. So you're kind of like making a half circle. Do one more. Nice. Now take a nice big deep breath. Reach for the ceiling. Get the arms really long. And then try to lift up from the shoulders and your hips. So you're doing everything you can to get taller. And then you're just going to relax the shoulders and the arms and fold down. So just sort of really unweight your upper body here. Keep the legs nice and straight. And now you're going to inhale and extend the spine. Walk your fingers out in front and send the hips backwards. So it's a big stretch all around your side body also. And now reverse it and come all the way back up and reach the arms up to the ceiling. And now bring your hands to heart. Step your feet in hip width apart. Sweep the elbows back and squeeze them together, and we're coming halfway down. So really important now to make a big connection of the belly. It's all about engaging it and pulling it in. Keeping the elbows high when you fold down. Let's just do a few more here. Maybe go a little deeper if you can. But don't force anything. This is your warm-up. This is like your feel-good moment of today. Of today's class, I should say. This is the easy part too, not the hard part. Enjoy it. Okay, now take it down, let the arms go. So you're just looking through your knees to the back of the room. Just hang out here for a few deep breaths. Completely unweighting the upper body, let it go. Okay, now we're going to inhale and extend the spine. And now you're going to bend the knees. So you're in like a little squat. I want you to feel the back of your lower legs getting a little bit of a stretch. So your knees are coming forward a little bit. And now you're going to pop back up and reach for the ceiling. We're going to take it all the way down again. You're going to inhale and extend the spine. Bend at the knee. Get the back of those calves, and right by your Achilles tendon is where you should be feeling this. And now pop it all the way back up, reach for the ceiling, hold the arms up. And this time we're going up and over to one side. And then up and over to the other. And just kind of like you're swaying in the wind. Just keep oscillating left to right. But what you're really doing here is you're trying to touch the ceiling. So you're lengthening, pulling everything up. And now just relax the arms. Round the shoulders. Now you're going to slide your hands down till they're above the knee. Stick your butt back. You're going to drop your head. And you're going to create space between the shoulder blades. Standing cat-cows. And now reverse it. Proud out the chest, look forward. Keep sticking that butt back. Really make sure you're pulling the belly in. And let's do it again. Round the back, drop the head. Think about tucking the pelvis forward. So you're getting a really nice stretch in that lower back area too. and then reverse it. And now we're gonna do just one more. And now just from here, fold down. Pull forward, fold, hang out, take 5 big, deep breaths. Right into those ribs. Okay, now you're gonna inhale and extend the spine. You're gonna drop down into a squat, and you're gonna pick your arms up off the floor and hold them out in front. So it's kind of like a ski tuck. And then sweep the arms up as you stand up, reach for the ceiling. Take it all the way down again. Now from here, we're gonna walk our hands forward, step our feet back. You're in a high plank. We're just gonna hang out here for a few breaths. Now pull back to a downward facing dog. We're gonna come up nice and high in the tippy toes. And then we're gonna drive the heels to the floor. Or towards the floor. They might not get there, and that's fine. Just do this 4 or 5 times, nice and slow. Make sure your legs are as long as could be, nice and straight. Really high, lift the heels so you feel the stretch in the pads of the feet. And now bring it back to that high plank. Hold here just for a few breaths. And you're gonna put the knees down on the floor. We're gonna do some kneeling cat-cows this time, maybe 4 or 5, go nice and slow, but keep them fluid. So you're not really holding, you're just kind of continuing from cat to cow. You've got belly button pushing up and into the spine. Nice. Now you're in your quadruped position, so your spine is neutral, belly in. Let's send this left arm out in front and your right leg back. So try not to shift your weight to the left. And then put the hand and knee back down on the floor and switch sides. Extend your limbs really long. And then just keep oscillating 4 or 5 more times from side to side. Keep that core activated. That helps you eliminate the shift from side to side. It's really only the leg and arm that should be moving. Okay, now from your quadruped position, lift those knees off the floor and take it to a small downward facing dog. So now it should be easy to get those heels down. And I want you to really push the legs extra straight. Breathe big, deep breaths right into your ribs. Walk those hands all the way back to your feet. You're going to inhale and extend the spine. We're going to take the arms out to the side and reach them up to the ceiling. Now bring your hands to heart. So what we're going to do is we're going to step the left foot forward and get nice and high on the toes on the back foot. So I'd like you to have pretty good distance between your front and back foot. You're going to lean forward. And now we're going to lower that back heel towards the floor and pick it back up. And do that 4 more times. If you want this to be harder for your back, you send the arms out in front. Bring your hands back to heart. Step that back foot forward. And this time you're going to send the other foot backwards. Lean forward. Start with the heel as high as you can get it. And then start to piston the back foot. Send the arms out. So you're really weighting mostly into your right leg. Okay, the hands are coming down to frame that foot. You're going to step back to your high plank. As soon as you're in your high plank, we're going to lower the forearms to low plank. And once you're there, we're going to lower the hips. Come onto the tops of your feet. You're in a baby cobra. Now, while you're breathing here, pull your belly in. Okay, come back onto your toes. Walk your elbows forward of the shoulders. Maybe 2 or 3 inches. Now, keeping the belly pulling up and in, you're going to lift your hips up. You're going to keep your knees down. And then you're going to slowly lower those hips again. And now lift them back up. And slowly lower. Give me 3 more. Nice and controlled. Lots of six-pack activation. So now this is really using the weight of your body to train your core. Why not, right? Woohoo, it's so fun. Okay, hold those hips up. Walk the forearms back. You're going to take a nice little child's pose just to chill out. Child's pose of your choice. Okay, come up onto your knees. You're going to kick those feet out to the side. You're going to extend the legs out in front. Heels to the corners of the mat. Now, before you start to roll down, grab some weight because we're going to do some arm work. So I've got a slightly lighter weight and a slightly heavier weight. Good to be prepared. We might need both. So let's sit up nice and tall. Send the arms out. C-curve the spine. So you're tucking in the belly and you're going down very slowly. And once you get down, head relaxes to the floor. Send the arms back, point your toes. How good does this feel? Big, deep breaths, but try your best to keep your ribs as low as possible. Okay, bring the arms forward. Step your feet in. Rock your pelvis. Tilt it up and then tilt it forward. 4 or 5 times. Keep those heels close to that butt. So you got a really big bend in the legs. This should also feel good through your thoracic spine when you tilt that pelvis up. You're really pushing that back into the floor, so it's kind of like a little massage. Okay, now this time when you tilt up, all of your weight is going to be in your heels, and you're going to lift up into a bridge. And then lower back down slowly. Again, this is for your upper back as well as your core. This is a feel-good moment. Stretching out those muscles. It's kind of like a little massage. We're gonna go up and down slowly with our hips 4 or 5 more times. I've lifted my feet off the floor just to make sure I'm pushing up through my heels. That activates more of the gluteals. And when I get to the top, I give those butt cheeks a big old squeeze. Okay, next time the hips are down, extend the legs out, send the arms backwards. Now, bring the arms forward, lift your head, get yourself up. And we're gonna start with our lighter weights. Remember, we talked about having 2 weights. So if you don't have 2, just grab whatever you have. So I like to sometimes ease into the arm work. So I've got my arms nice and straight over my shoulders, facing up towards the ceiling. Palms face out. I'm gonna just do a regular chest fly, but I'm gonna go really slowly. When I get to the top, I'm gonna push my 2 weights together. And then open back out, let the back of the arms get down on the floor, out to the side, and then repeat. When the weights connect at the top, deliberately squeeze the chest muscles. And try your best not to let these weights drift over the face when the arms are up. You want them over the chest. Okay, hold the arms up. Step your feet in as close to your butt as you can get them. Lift your toes up so you're wading into your heels. You're going to come up into a bridge. Now you can put the feet back down on the floor, hold your bridge, continue your arm work. So you're keeping your glutes nice and tight, feet are hip width apart. Just working the arms here while you hold the hips up. Okay, hold the arms up at the top. Now, this time, when you send the arms back down, you're going to send the hips along with the arms. Nice and slow. Lower both. You want to land at the same time, and then you want to press back up together. Make sure you're really C-curving the spine. Do a few more. And now. Rock yourself up to a seated position, put the weights down. We're going to give our hands a little bit of a break. You're going to grab your small band. We're going to work our outer hips. So wrap it around just above the ankles. So you're lying back down, legs all the way up to the ceiling. Open that band nice and wide. When you think you've gone as wide as you can, try to get wider. So you really feel like, oh my God, that's a massive activation. And then release it in slow motion. So you have no tightness in the band. And now do it again. But this time, I want you to sort of have you tilt your pelvis up and press the belly down. I want you to keep that activation in your core when you open your feet as far apart as you can. Your feet can be pointed, flexed, somewhere in between. Just try really hard here to spread those legs. And now bring them together in slow motion, but don't release the belly. That part of you is going to work this entire time. Open again. Keep pushing to get these feet further apart. And then close slowly. So there's absolutely no tightness in the band. Then repeat. Fight for it. Make it great. This is your moment. And close slowly. You gotta be the boss here. These are gonna get harder, but we're gonna work as best we can to not lose any range of motion from the very first one we did. Close slowly. Open again. Trembling is a really good sign you're killing it. Close slowly. We're going to try to get through 2 more. Open. Close. Your last one is going to be as good as your first one. Here we go. And close. And get rid of the bend. Keep a really big bend in the legs. And we're just going to release these hips a little bit. So walk your feet close to your butt and then let the knees fall to the right. Bring them up and let them fall to the left. So you're just rolling over those hips. This is a feel-good moment. Enjoy it. Do it a few more times. Get some good blood flow going there. Okay. Pilates ring or ball, inner thighs. So tilt your pelvis up so you feel that lower back pressing down into the floor. And squeeze your ring with all your might. And when you think you can't hold it any longer, keep holding it. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, release it in slow motion. Now your lower back can come away from the floor once it's released. And now we're going to do it again. You're going to tilt the pelvis up, squeeze the ring, and hold. So while you're holding, you're trying to squeeze even harder. Release it very slowly. Tilt the pelvis, squeeze. And release. Tilt the pelvis, squeeze. And release. You have 3 more. Try to make these really fantastic. And release. Here's number 2. Come on, make it great. And release. And your last one. And release. Okay. Put that ball away or that ring away. Get your weights again. This time, we're going to pick up the heavier ones if you have, or just grab your 10s, whatever you got. We're going to come back and do 8 chest presses nice and slow. Elbows are still going out to the side. Your legs are bent. Your lower back is pressing down into the floor. Big old squeeze of that chest at the top when those weights touch. Okay, hold the arms at the top when you've done your 8. We're gonna transition to some tricep work here. So I'm gonna start out lowering the right wrist or weight down to the weight till the weight taps the shoulder, then go back to that straight arm and then do the left side. Really slow. And just kind of keep alternating. So one arm stays up, the other one goes down. Your job here is to make sure that the elbow stays over the shoulder and it really has no movement. Doesn't move back, doesn't move forward. Now let's start to do 2 at a time. Keep your lower back on the floor, your ribs low, your core tight. Now, bring those weights together, rock yourself forward. We're gonna stay down on the floor. You're gonna bring your knees into the chest, make a nice little circle to massage your lower back. Go the opposite way. And now send your legs all the way up to the ceiling. You're going to lift the head and shoulders up off the floor. Flex your feet and try to touch your toes. Your chin tucks down towards your chest. And then send the shoulders and head back to the floor. Keep the legs the same. Toes are pointing down, your legs are really straight. This time, see if you can move your feet a tiny bit more forward. Lift your head, lift the shoulders, crunch up, try to find those toes. If you move those feet forward, you're not going to get there. And then lower back down. And do it again. Head lifts, shoulder blades come up, reach, reach, reach. And then slowly lower down. We're going to do it 2 more times. Lift up. And lower down. Make sure your belly does not pop up. You got to keep pressing it down. Last one. Nice. Now take your fingers, clasp them together, drop the elbows back. You're still holding the crunch. You're just resting your head lightly in your hands. Now you're going to send your right leg halfway down and still try to keep the shoulders up. And then bring the leg up, let the head relax to the floor in your hands. Crunch up, send the left leg down. So you're trying to do it simultaneously. And then leg up, head down. Switch it up. Lift and lower the leg. And back to the floor with the head. And lift and lower the left leg. And relax. Head on the floor, arms down, legs are bent. We're just going to roll the head to the right as far as it'll go. And then slowly roll to the left. And do it again. right, and left. Okay, relax. I'm gonna rock myself up. So we're gonna do some flies. I'm gonna use a long band, but you can use weights or whatever floats your boat. I like to switch up between bands and weights. So I'm gonna start out holding my band with my palms facing forward. I've got the band, I'm choking up on the band to make it hard, right? If I hold the ends, it's not that hard. I'm gonna try to open up these arms as much as I can. Maybe the band touches my chest, and then I start to release it really slowly. Try to keep those wrists as neutral as you can. You're gonna do this 8 times. So if you're using weights, you know how to do a fly. Your palms face each other. You open up and then you close like you're hugging a tree. The closing part and the opening up part, I would like it to be at least 3 to 5 counts in each direction. It's always easier going out slow. It's the coming in, especially if you're using a band or even weights. It's a little bit harder to keep it slow. So just try your best. Got 2 more to do here. Make these last 2 the best. And then release the band. You're gonna just circle those wrists so you loosen up that grip. Bring the knees up and into the chest. Little circle with those knees to massage the lower back. Go the opposite way. Okay, so dead bugs. So you're gonna bend your legs 90 degrees, knees over hips. So the second you move those knees forward, so they're over your hips, you should feel that lower back wanting to lift away from the floor. But I want you to try to keep a pelvic tilt and the lower back on the floor. Even if it lifts a little, that's okay. As long as you're creating the activation to try to keep it down. Send the arms up so your wrists are over the shoulders. So before we even add any movement to this, it should feel challenging. Now, you're going to send the left arm back and the right leg forward in slow motion. And now bring it back together slowly. And then switch sides. So you're going to do 1 on each side, and then you're going to take a little break. So you're going really slowly and you're making this super intense. Now pull your knees in, that's your little break. And now we're going to start again. So bend 90 degrees at the knee, flex your feet, send the knees forward till you feel that back. Go, oh my goodness, what are you doing to me? Send the arms up. Here we go. Right leg, left arm. Bring it in slowly. That's the hardest part. Switch sides. Come back slowly. Bring the knees into the chest. We're going to do this 1 more time. 90 degrees. If you can send those knees a little more forward, building intensity is good for you. Arms up. Right leg, left arm. Bring it back in really slowly. Switch arms. Bring it back in slowly. Whoa, put those feet down. Okay, full body stretch. Send the legs out, point the toes, arms go back. Nice job. Field goal posts with the arms. Get flat on those shoulder blades. A little shoulder love here coming up. Back of the hands lift away from the floor. Shoulders stay locked down. Move the arms as far forward as they will go. Keeping the shoulders locked down. And then send the back of the hands back to the floor. You do that 4 more times, nice and slow. So when you pull the hands forward, all your focus is on the shoulders staying down. Don't worry about those hands getting any closer. Just work the range of motion that you can do with correct form. Okay, on this last one, let the back of the hands rest on the floor. You're still nice and flat on your shoulder blades, but now you're going to just bend your knees and tilt your pelvis up. So your lower back is on the floor. Slide the hands along the floor and see if you can bring your thumb and middle finger to connect. If you can't, just take it as far as you can. And then slide back. Do it again. And again. Okay, bring your arms by your side. Send your legs up to the ceiling, towards the ceiling. Your arms are on the floor by your side. We're going to do a little hollow hold. That means we lift the shoulder blades and head up. We lower the legs to a point that we feel safe. And then we lift the arms up, hollow hold. Once we get there, we're going to pulse the arms and we're going to hold it for 30 seconds. If you can. If you need to take a break, by all means, do it. So here we go. Head up, shoulders up, legs down, arms out in front, start to pulse them. Your chin is tucked, your belly is pressing down. Don't forget to breathe. Legs are nice and straight. You're about halfway. Keep drawing the belly down. And bring your knees in, head back down to the floor, a little reprieve here. Make some circles, have some fun. Okay, bend your legs, but this is not the smallest bend. So your feet are not super close to your butt. Move them out. Tilt your pelvis up. Head lifts up. Palms face the floor. Your arms are off the floor. I'm going to have you curve around and take those right fingers and see if you can touch your right ankle. So you're feeling the right oblique, your side body working. And then come back square, lower the head to the floor, release the arms. So now you're in a reprieve. We're going to start again. We're going to the opposite side. Head up, shoulder blades up, arms move forward, both of them. And now you add the rotation, left hand trying to find the left ankle. Come back square, lower back down, release all those muscles in the neck. Just chill out. Okay, we're going to do this one more time on each side, but we're going to do it with a little pulse. So once you've curved around, you're going to try to pulse it forward 5 times. So here we go. Lift up, curve around, and then pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. Same thing, other side. Lift up, curve, pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down. Okay, rock that pelvis forward and back. This is a nice little feel-good moment. Okay, we're gonna do a little hip mobility here. So, Pilates style, get yourself back to a seated position. Once you get up, move your weights out of the way. We're gonna do 90-90 work. So, I'm gonna scoot my right butt cheek all the way over to the right edge of the mat. 90 degrees in that front leg, 90 in the back leg. I'm gonna use my right hand by my right leg. So post it just outside that right leg. Now take your left hand, post it in front of the left leg. Now, without letting that torso lean over the floor, I want you to keep it centered over your mat. Lift the right hand forward. Now you're starting to lean forward. You've got the weight going into both hands to help you on the first one only. And then come back up. And now, do 4 more with your hands at your chest. Come down slowly. Come back up slowly. 3 more. Try not to lean that torso to the right. You want to keep it over that leg. Don't go too quickly. Okay, post both hands behind your butt. Lift your left knee in slow motion till that left foot is flat on the floor. How good does that feel for your inner thighs? Now slowly roll so you're facing 90-90 to the back of your room. Post the left hand outside of that leg to get your torso staying over that leg. Right hand out in front. Now lift the left hand out in front, lean forward. You can offset some of the weight into the hands if you like. Come down nice and slow. Come back up. Now, both hands to heart, do 4 more. Now, post both hands behind your butt, lift your right leg, knee up, get flat on the right foot. And now roll both legs forward. You're gonna come up nice and high onto your tippy toes, however you get there. We're gonna meet in a full forward fold. You're gonna cross the arms, completely unweighting your upper body. Hang out here for 5 deep breaths. Make sure you're letting your head go. And now roll up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice, take a big deep breath. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Woohoo! Saturday workout is done.
Hello.